This is a brief introduction to intellectual property. People encounter intellectual property rights every day, but rarely recognize them. The following are subject to intellectual property rights: literary, artistic, and scientific works, which are subject to copyright; performances of performing arts, sound recordings, and broadcasts, which are also subject to copyright; inventions and industrial designs, which can be patented; and trade and commercial marks. The intellectual property right most relevant to open access is copyright, because it concerns when literary, artistic, and scientific works, performances of performing arts, sound recordings, and broadcasts can be used and reproduced. Copyright is a legal right that gives the creator of an original work the exclusive right to use and distribute the work. Original works can be literary, artistic, dramatic, or scientific. Copyright does not protect ideas or information, merely the expression of ideas or information. The four main components of copyright are the nature of the right, transfer of the right, the idea-expression dichotomy, and fair use and fair dealing. Each of these components vary across the world because copyright is governed by national legislation, such as the Copyright Act in the United States. However, there have been international agreements regarding copyright. The main international copyright instrument is the Berne Convention. Generally, the term of a copyright is the lifetime of the author plus 50 to 100 years, or a fixed period of 50 to 100 years if the author is anonymous or a corporation, depending on the law of the nation in which the copyrighted work was created. The copyright owner typically has the exclusive right to produce copies, create adaptations or derivatives, and transfer the copyright by assignment or sale. Fair use and fair dealing concerns uses of a copyrighted work that do not violate copyright law. Fair use exemptions typically include situations such as copying for the purposes of education, research, or study, copying for non-commercial purposes, making accessible copies for persons with disabilities, and private use. The factors used to determine whether a use is fair use are the nature of the original copyrighted work, the purpose of the intended use, the portion of the original work used in the new work, and the effect of the intended use on the potential market of the original work. Another relevant area of intellectual property concerns what is known as traditional knowledge. Traditional knowledge is comprised of knowledge, skills, practices, and other information that has been passed down through the generations of a community. Generally, traditional knowledge comprises a portion of the community's cultural and spiritual identity. Traditional knowledge can concern science, agriculture, and medicine, among other subjects. Although intellectual works in the categories listed can be based on traditional knowledge itself does not currently enjoy protection under intellectual property laws. As a final note, this presentation is also a work of intellectual property because it is a unique expression in a fixed medium. Under the Creative Commons license assigned to it, anyone can share, use, or build upon this work as long as they credit the NHPRC Queens Immigration Project and share it with the same license. Thank you.